Welcome back to another episode of the Hippy Jump podcast. I am your host, William, and today I'm joined by TOASTY Ghost, SYPHRUS, NIK, and Y3LUKE. We got a lot of people here today. How are you guys doing?
Doing really
Good.
Good.
I'm happy to be here, man.
Missed out last time, man.
I know.
Yeah.
It sucks I couldn't make it, but hey, we're here now, you know?
Thought you left the non-council council.
True. But now we got Toasty Ghost back too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I missed the last one too. I think you only done one since then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So today we're here to talk about how the entire skate community is on fire, and just talk about everything we've seen of the game and how everyone's feeling. I have a few topics here. I don't know where you guys want to start. If you have anything specific you want to bring up. But I think go ahead.
I was gonna say I think the biggest one everyone talks about and definitely is like the buzzword everyone says is Fortnite slop, purely because of the characters and how they look.
Right.
Yeah, it's like Fortnite and Sims, like if they had a baby.
Yeah, so that's the first thing I was going to start with too, is the art style. Seems like, especially with the characters, people hate how they look, and I get it. It looks like cartoony, like everyone's been saying. They definitely look weird. And what confuses me about all of it is like, I have no idea if this is the finished product or if this is what they're sticking with. And
If I had to guess, I feel like this would be, because you can kind of tell from like the direction that they're going. It kind of looks like this might be the finished product with the way the game's going to be looking in a more cartoony, goofy style. But which really kind of sucks, because if you look at all three other skate games, they all look really like grungy and like real. It has like that 2010s vibe, you know, like the skateboarding vibe. And this game, it looks clean. The gameplay looks clean, but it just looks really cartoony, you know.
But
Yeah,
I
we
feel
were
like it
seeing
wouldn't
that-
take much to like adjust some textures or whatever, just to make it look a little bit better. Like they wouldn't. I feel like they wouldn't have to do too much. So that's why I just don't know what they're planning on doing.
And when we've seen the playtest highlights for a few years now, and like, you know, they've been this cartoony way, and I always thought that was just gonna be like how they were gonna have it for playtesting, so they wouldn't have to like, you know, for people to run the game better, practically, because they wanted to focus on gameplay first, is what I was assuming. So they would lower like the quality of the skater, and so the game could probably run better, you know. But
Yeah,
now that we're closer to early access, it seems like that is the art style they choose.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that it was confirmed that they said, I don't know if it was in a boardroom or something, but they said that they're mainly focusing on the gameplay first, and then they're going to add in all the other cool stuff to the game later. So, like you were saying, though, how it looked in the past, like a year or two ago, it's always like, oh, it's pre-alpha. It's going to look way better when it comes out. And here we are, like possibly the last playtest before it releases later this summer, and it still looks like it looks better, but it's still very cartoony. So I feel like that is going to be the art style that they're aiming for, unfortunately.
well, yeah, and that's been my impression of it all, is like, I mean, I've never made a game, but the way I understand it is like you get the mechanics, the gameplay and everything done first, and then kind of the visuals come at the end. And so like, to me, the characters, I feel like they look like they're almost there, but they're missing that final touch on them. They're missing the textures on the skin, and like the hair looks like blocky or like made out of like clay. Like it looks like it needs the last finishing touches on it. And so what I thought, I thought it was all just like an unfinished product, but I don't know if it is or not. So
When it first got announced, I was thinking it'd probably look something like Session, because EA's, you know, it's not like they don't make money. And I was thinking like maybe they would make it look something like Session, like something more realistic than what they're going for. I don't.
Yeah, they would
I
want to
don't know.
flex their Frostbite engine, I thought.
Yeah, you would think.
Right.
Yeah, and what's interesting is Nick, who's in here with us, he made a tweet from like, the old teaser 3 years ago, and it's like the skater, it looks very good, pretty realistic, right? And then you jump forward to today in 2025, and it looks way more cartoony. So I don't know if they started off where they're like, okay, we're gonna try to make it look like the older skate games, very realistic, and then, later on they're kind of like, okay, let's aim for the more cartoony style. I really hope they didn't do that, and I hope that they do end up having a major update that makes it look how it did in that old teaser 3 years ago. But you never know until I guess the game is released.
Yeah, and that's another thing is that that bit of that trailer is like that's supposed to be like the final like render of the game. That's what they're in the trailer. It was like this is where we're going or whatever is what they said, and like that's what I assume has still been the plan. But I think I don't know. I feel like early access release still technically isn't 1.0 release. Like there's still gonna be
that's still alpha, I think.
Yeah, even if it's
Not even beta.
Yeah, it probably. I mean, if they're saying it is pre-alpha, if that's really true, I would assume early access is probably just going to be alpha. So even then, even if it still doesn't look like that trailer, I mean, hopefully they're still trying to get to that point. They're just not there yet or something. But
Yeah,
I feel like this update was more just to get people hyped up for early access. I've always looked at it like every single update's just proof of progress. I've never assumed it's going to be the end, but I don't know. I just don't have a clue what their goal is.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
playtest could be more of like a stress test on the servers more than anything, and just making sure that the mechanics are good. And because from watching the videos that people have uploaded, I think the mechanics look really good. I will have to say that.
yeah, and that's in my video. That's something that is the thing I was positive on the most was the skating and how it felt. And I did a little bit of glazing, but that was all just my opinion. So hey, I like it. I mean,
You also come from a casual standpoint too.
yeah, I'm just a guy that likes skating around. So felt good to me.
I'm not a fan. Like I'm not a fan of the cartoony look. I would like something more realistic. I mean, I would love Session, but I just don't think we're going to get there.
Agreed.
But I mean, like, I don't know. It sort of grows when you're playing and you get used to it. It's different than like if you're not playing and you're just seeing it for the first time.
Yeah.
I will say one thing that was kind of like really goofy to me, and just by looking at this, you can kind of tell that they might not end up switching to a more realistic, visual. Is I can't remember which video it was, but they were showing the shop, and there's like a hot dog outfit, and it looks so goofy.
Yeah.
And just by seeing that, it makes me think that the game is just gonna stay more cartoony, at least for a
The
really long time.
the hot dog shoes that Will showed off.
Yeah, the hot dog shoes.
I mean,
I,
Skate isn't no stranger to doing goofy stuff.
Yeah.
It's just that
True. Like Skate 3
the
had Meat Man and stuff, but it still
yeah,
looked realistic.
it's just for viewers or for the audience that don't play the game, haven't got a chance to play the game yet, and all they're seeing is the goofy shit and haven't seen what the game actually has to offer. I could see why they're mad at that.
Of course.
But like, you just need to confirm with the audience that yes, all your favorite brands and all your favorite clothing will be in the game, but we also have outfits where you can look silly if you want to.
Yeah, for the more like casual audience that maybe isn't super into skating, but they like skate and they like Fortnite or whatever. It's just attracting new people, I guess.
I've probably made it worse too because I picked the shortest character and the rainbow wheels and stuff. I like the way the short character looks.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the rainbow wheels. It has nothing to do with pride or anything like that. I've seen some of those comments too.
I mean, it's
They gone woke.
Yeah.
I mean, a big thing about skateboarding is self-expression, and I mean, it's good to just have as much customization as you can. One thing that I was telling Toasty earlier today, though, is, and you can see this in my video if you go back and you look at the stuff I showed in the shop. a lot of the pictures of the clothing items look like super realistic. Like if you look at the beanies, you see that they look very real. And then if you wear them in the game, they don't look anything like the picture. And something like that also makes me think that none of this is the final product. Like they're still working towards that end realistic, more realistic look. Because I feel like why would you have the clothes look super real in the pictures and then when you put it on, it doesn't look like that. So
That is very true, and I do wonder how long it will take them to actually, because of course it's going to release in early access, but from the grind volumes, I don't know if it was grind volume 2 or 3, but they mentioned that there's a new update and it's going to be version like 0.27, and I assume it won't be the full game until 1.0. So if we're still that early in development, I really wonder how long it'll take for it to reach version 1.0, which should be like the full game.
yeah.
I think the grip tape looks really nice and pretty detailed too compared to the actual skater.
Yeah, the boards look a lot more real than the skater themselves. So,
well, I was gonna say was that the whole items looking better in the item shop. That's a thing that's even in Skate 3. They have like a fully different rendered image for the clothing that they put on.
that's a good point.
So, I mean, that could just be an aesthetic choice.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean,
I wish
it'd be.
I wish they'd clear it all up. Maybe in the next grind or something, they'll be like, "This is not the final art design." That would be nice to know, right?
That
then
would
we
be
can,
really nice to know.
And then we can really like, go hard on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the issue really is like there's a lot of a lack of communication. And even for me and Toasty, like we're on the council and I mean, I can't talk about what we talk about, but like even we don't know this stuff. Like we're wondering the same things as you guys. So
yeah,
it's all just
I
up in
just
the air.
can't. But because I don't know, I can't just like, go like blind with the rage or something like that and just like trash it. Cause we really just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't like the current art style.
Yeah.
I hope it improves.
Me neither.
Same.
You have it
Same.
on the record. The 2 council members on here say we do not like it. Okay.
Are you still going? Are you still going to use that title we were talking about?
Hippy Jump Shillcast.
Shillcast.
Yeah,
I mean, at least I know. I know, like Zach in the beginning of his video, he like flashed a bunch of his opinions, and like at the top of it was the art style. So I think he agrees as well.
That is true.
Yeah, and we're not afraid to say stuff that we don't like. The reason I didn't mention that stuff in my video is just because I didn't think it was finished at all.
Yeah,
but
that is one thing that kind of annoyed me. Like, I seen it in Zex's comments, like on his first video, was a lot of people was hating on him, saying like he's getting paid to say nothing but good about this game. He's not saying nothing bad because EA is gonna force him to say only the good, which from my understanding, that is not true at all.
No,
dude, they really don't care. I mean, as long as we're not going like, as long as we don't like violate our own, NDA or something like that, they don't care if we're critical or anything like that.
Yeah. To
that they actually want it,
to clear that
100%,
to clear that stuff up. Right here is like none of us were paid for any of the videos we're posting, and they didn't tell us what to say. They didn't tell us what to post. That's why all of our videos are different. They just said play the game and post it, and they said you can say whatever, and that's it. I mean, there was really no rules to it at all. So
I left a comment on Dice's video he made today as a joke, like an NDA type of joke.
Oh, the redacted
and then
thing,
someone,
I saw that.
Yeah, and then someone replied to me saying it was like, yeah, he got handed a script, so of course he's gonna say all this nice stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that. It was like,
and
obviously,
I just replied to the guy being like, yeah, I got the same script too. I'm gonna make the exact same video, so beware.
Yeah,
dog, what?
On that first video I posted, someone was like, wow, this is so similar to Zex's script. I'm like, dude, first of all, we didn't have a script. I don't even talk. I didn't even talk to Zex's before any of these videos were posted, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Also, didn't Zach mainly focus on gameplay? Like, like things to do in the game. You kind of went over what you can do in the game, but you were just having fun in the game. That's a completely different video.
So different.
And William, you also like, I believe you said towards the end of the video as well, like your dislikes about the game and what you think should be changed and added.
Yeah, I pointed multiple things out that I didn't like, and I mean,
It's
we
like people watch like 2 minutes of it and then they're like, "Oh, this guy is getting paid to lie about the game. I'm disliking and leaving a bad comment and then clicking off."
I think it's because I put the skating part in the front, which I also critiqued, but I was definitely the most positive on that aspect of the game because that's what I like the most. Sorry, I have opinions, but I think people kind of watched the first few minutes and were like, "This guy, he's getting paid." Blah blah. First of all, I have under 1,000 subs. Like, you think they're paying me to like post stuff? Like, no, dude, I'm some random guy.
As much as they're accusing us, we should get paid.
Yeah.
At this point.
I wish I was, but I'm not. So,
Dude, I didn't even really say anything positive. I liked a trick I did, but
Yeah,
like other than that,
that's
I'm just playing the
ridiculous.
game.
Why would you like
No,
a
that's why I kept on
trick?
making those comments on your videos saying you're clocking in for work, because it's just like you're playing the game as if it's already been out, and you're like, guys, I'm gonna hit this stair set.
Oh, he's a
Like-
shill. He's hitting stair sets.
Like,
He was paid. They told him to hit that stair set.
Yeah, it's crazy to see all these comments and kind of like be villainized by all these random people, but it's funny because a lot of us in the council share the same sentiments as a lot of the comments, maybe not as harsh or overblown, but like we agree with a lot of the criticisms of the game. So it's just funny to see.
And we don't get what we want, you know, a lot of the times.
No.
So I mean, like, like, we want a lot of the same things y'all do, but like, you know, it is what it is.
Mm. Nick, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was about to say stuff a couple of times, and then someone would just say it anyway, and I'm like,
Okay. Go. I want to hear
that's the
from
thing.
the GOAT.
That's the thing I like,
Yeah.
because I have so many opinions and so many thoughts, and naturally, as all of us, we're all massive fan of the Skate series, the Skate franchise. People in council, they actually really do care, and I don't think a lot of people realize how much people care. But it's a matter of EA really taking a lot
Giving a
of things
shit.
into account.
Yeah.
And caring and giving a shit. Exactly.
I mean,
And also, there's so much lost in direction right now. I don't know what's real and what's not real, as in terms of what's going to be the final product.
that's
I still have no clue.
that's how I feel too. I don't know what's final and what's not. I'm under the impression that it's still a pre-alpha, and I don't think anything's final. So if
Yeah,
that's true
I
or not, I don't
guess-
know. But
I guess technically, because they have said that they're going to be working on the game for 10 years, right? They have 10 years to work on the game. So I assume we're probably never going to get the final product of the game until like they completely stop updating the game. Because it is a free-to-play game, they are going to keep updating on it, so things will constantly be changing. So
Yeah,
I
I've
assume
thought
they
about
will-
that too. Like, what if it just stays in early access forever? I've actually thought about that.
yeah,
Well-
I thought about that as well. There's a good chance that it doesn't get received pretty well, and I don't believe anyone in the studio wants the game to flop. But there's a good chance EA will just cut the plug on it.
I'm also scared of that.
But Session actually, they was in early access for a long time before they actually like made an actual release or whatever.
Since that's just an indie dev though, like they're not backed by like a huge publisher.
Yeah.
Fortnite like that too.
Yeah, that's
That
what I
game
was gonna
in
say.
alpha for a
Oh yeah,
long
Fortnite was
time.
like it's still early access, and then one day they're like, it's full release.
like
I
after
feel
like
like-
3 years.
I feel like maybe once it reaches version 1.0, that's when they'll be like, all right, full release is finally out, like 5 years from now.
But see, the thing is, like, it's a free-to-play, ever-changing game. So even if it's 1.0, it's still not done. Like, there's still going to be stuff
Exactly.
added. So game's never going to actually be done unless they pull the plug on it, and then that's the game. But
They'll be on version 0.99, and then they'll go to version 0.999.
0.99.
9995 991.
Yeah, that's all the visual stuff. And also in terms of the world, I mean, I feel like you can tell it's a work in progress just by seeing their uploads, specifically their trailers and stuff. You can go back and see how much the world has changed. And I don't know, hopefully there's more added, more details, more of that gritty skate stuff over time. But
I was in a little shout out to Frenda someone who actually works on the team. He'd be streaming
The goat.
and getting opinions from the community.
Mm.
He like points to a billboard. He goes, "Oh, I swear we fixed that."
You know, I was watching an evolution video, and I don't know, it sort of got my hopes up because I was seeing how it's evolved since like 2020 or something like that, and you know, you can see progress is happening. I'm just hoping it doesn't stop here.
Yeah. I don't think
It's just
it will
hard to
stop.
know. Yeah.
I mean, I hope not, but
One thing I
Yeah.
want to say, I don't like the shadow areas. Like, I feel like it's just a little bit too dark or like not really colored in the shadow areas. I don't know if you've noticed,
well,
but I
yeah.
don't
In the
know. I feel
videos
like
I've
it could
watched,
use more
yeah.
color or something. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah.
and I think like if you look at our gameplay and then you go back and look at their trailers, I feel like this is the first time the lighting has really drastically changed. So I think all that stuff's being worked on too. I think the lighting took a big leap lately. So
Yeah, I like the lighting.
Mhm.
I want to see better lighting in the shadow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one thing I
Uh,
would like to see with the map improving is from all the gameplay that I've seen, it looks like it's really lacking massive hills and like mega ramps, you know? But hopefully that'll get added to the game eventually. But I know a lot of people in Skate 3, they just love Mega Park, right? Because of the massive ramps and they love hill bombing like at the ditch. But as of right now in the map, it looks really small. Could just be because it's early access, right? Or not even early access, it's still not finished, but
Mhm.
I just really hope that they eventually expand more onto it and add some massive hills and end up bringing back like it doesn't have to be Mega Park, but a certain like version of Mega Park, like
pretty
Mega
sure they're
Park
gonna have their own
2.0 or
islands.
something, or their own islands. Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got a comment the other day talking about they want more mountainous areas, like more outside the city type
Yeah.
maps, like around the mega park and like,
Or like
how it is on
Suburban.
Skate 3.
Skate 3
Yeah.
suburbs
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, yeah, I think it's missing that stuff, but they have said they're going to add onto the map. So
Yeah, that is true.
I could see them doing like a big mega expansion island thing
Yeah,
someday.
that is just one thing that kind of sucks right now is from what I've seen, like if the game were to release right now, I feel like it could get a negative review bombed, and then a lot of people would just not want to play it because they'll see the reviews and they're like, okay, it's very overwhelmingly negative, so I'm not gonna play it. But it's
Mhm.
like it's because like I feel like it's just mainly, like how we were saying about the art style, but if they eventually let's say that they do keep the art style right now and they ended up adding like a mega park, some massive hill bombs and a lot more stuff to the game, and then they release it, I feel like the reviews won't be as negative. But I feel like it's just gonna have a really bad launch if it releases the way the game is right now.
Well, it's like SYPHRUS's gameplay right now. He's been going downhill forever now.
Right?
And
Like look at
Right.
this. Like
I mean, that's how
some
Skate
people
1
are
and
saying
2
it
were
feels
modeled.
flat.
It was a constant hill. It should be a constant
yeah.
flow from top to bottom, but looks like they're going like the island route,
Well,
really.
and they have sand in the name, which is San Francisco, right? And that's hills, right? Like,
Yeah.
so it's missing the San Francisco part.
they
But
they got the
that doesn't
Amsterdam and they got the Vancouver part.
but that
Not
doesn't
San
mean it
Francisco.
should just be a whole map full of hills either.
Yeah,
But
of
right
course.
now
Yeah.
it does feel flat, sort of.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, like how we were saying about islands, though. San Amsterdam could be a way it is now, but they could have another island that's like a mega park island or something, where it's like massive hills and there's like a massive mega park or something, and eventually just adding more islands and whatnot. I think that would be pretty cool. Or like you go from San Amsterdam and you like cross a bridge, because I could be wrong, but I think I seen in a video where like in like the background there was like a bridge that went and it just stopped, like a big bridge.
Mm,
It'd be cool if the bridge would like go all the way over to like another city or something like that, or you can just fast travel through the map. I think that would be really sick.
yeah, I think I would assume that's the plan to
Yeah.
kind of branch off into islands and stuff.
Yeah, what if they build that bridge one day?
True. True.
Well, I mean, I think it's kind of like a coming soon type of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see one bridge gets extended, and then another one is currently being worked on. Because they kind of did that in Session, right? They're like, "Hey, this is getting worked on because we're working on a new part of the city."
Did they
added,
ever
like, a bunch of
connect that
traffic islands.
bridge? Did they
I don't think
ever
I think it's all fast travel stuff, but it's more of so like, hey, we're working on this entrance to let you know that this part of the city will be unlocked eventually.
Yeah.
If
I would
they-
like to see more like Cougar Mountain or like the fun track and stuff from
Yeah,
Skate
yeah,
2
yeah,
though.
dude, love the
I
fun
agree.
track. Yeah,
want
bring
more,
bring back the sign, dude. I want to jump off the sign.
I'm not
Same
even a big
Amsterdam?
mega park. I'm not even a big mega park player either, but
Yeah.
I would still like to see it. You know, people love that
Yeah.
stuff.
What are you gonna say,
Um,
Nick?
I was gonna say I want more like hidden spots. You know how there's a bunch of spots around Skate 2.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like you know how like there's like a path you can walk up and you can get on top of like a sign, I believe.
Yeah,
Like
they-
the
top of
Top
the
of the
E.
E.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
love that spot.
Stuff like that.
Mm,
Even now
And-
when I play Skate 2, I still find like a bunch of stuff that I've never really paid attention to.
yeah,
And like the spillway too is right below it, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
it just all
wanted to.
depends on people's play styles, you know. Some people likes the more most kids, I would say, really love the massive mega ramps and crazy, you know, big air and stuff like that.
mm,
But it just really depends on the player. But what were you saying, Cyphers?
I was gonna say. I was gonna mention another gripe with people
yeah. Let's do
that
it.
kind of goes along with the Fortnite slop type of word that gets tossed around, and it's mainly the aesthetic. Like, I get when people mean that like it doesn't look like it's a skating game because it's so clean, you know.
Mm,
Yeah.
And they promise the grunge and all that, but it's like, okay, sure, let's say they add the grunge, but it's mainly towards like how you play the game, because people are like, I don't like the parkour in the game. It's like, well, then don't do it, right?
Yeah.
Point to that Doom tweet, be like, you control the buttons you press. But at the same time, you know, they're most likely gonna make stuff to revolve around that mechanic that people hate, right? People probably don't like the ability that you can fly around and get back on your board. They don't like how you can hippy jump and do a full back on your board, right?
mm,
But this, you know, you have to do challenges, right? And that's how you unlock stuff. And you know, there's gonna probably be challenges that are like, yes, climb the building. And
yeah.
people are gonna be like, I don't know, I don't like the climbing. So I guess they're gonna get turned off from wanting to progress through the city because they're doing stuff they don't like.
Yeah.
But Skate's always had a way to where they want to show off their new mechanics and stuff. Like when you can first get off your board, you
yeah.
know, they're
Mhm.
going to get you to walk up something. That's the only way you're going to get up there. You can't just skate up it or whatever.
Right.
I feel like it's always sort of been that way, and a lot of other games do that too. So it probably will be like that.
Well, I mean, to play devil's advocate, getting off your board is a realistic thing to do in real life. You're not strapped to it. So, but you know, doing spread eagling into a giant massive transfer that Zexy showed off before.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
people are probably not
I
going to
hear
like
you.
that.
Yeah, that's for the arcadey people, the people that want to
Yeah,
play
it's for
Tony
the
Hawk.
arcadey people, but then those are like the arcadey challenges
Yeah.
that like Dai showed off doing the Hollow Meat, where he had to like, you know, skydive off a building and then land into a dumpster.
Yeah. I did that with him. We did that challenge together.
Yeah, I know.
I've never been a fan of that type of stuff. Honestly, I don't even like Hollow Meat in
Me neither.
Skate 3.
I've never liked
Yeah.
Hollow Meat.
Some people love it though.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I loved Hollow Meat like when I was like 9 years old playing Skate 1 back in the day. But as I started, you know, getting older and getting more into skateboarding and just really enjoying the game, Hollow Meat kind of like died down for me.
Oh yeah.
I was a huge fan of the game mode skate and spot battle and stuff like that.
I
Yeah.
mean, as a kid, right, falling down and seeing big points,
Exactly.
that's a real dopamine
Yeah.
enjoyer, you know.
But that's what's hard though, because you have people that want these Hollow Meat modes and stuff back,
Mm-hmm.
and like,
Inhale this
I-
truth.
what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's kind of why like the game kind of seems all over the place, because they're trying to cater to all these different, like all the different play styles and how people like to play skate, because it's evolved so much over the years. And I mean, I'm sure it's not easy to kind of cater to everyone, but you want everyone to feel like they're involved, like, hey, this game's for me too. So
It
They're
reminds me of a
represented.
tweet that I saw. It was someone who had the chance to upload footage, and he made a realistic part, and people were like hating on the game that it's unrealistic, and then his part comes out, and I remember seeing a tweet saying, "Oh, this puts my faith back into the game that you can play realistically." It's like,
Dude.
dog, every game you can play realistically. You control the buttons. You don't have to do a 360 like quadruple kickflip
Yeah,
every time you like pop a trick.
that's what
Yeah.
Stokenstein's video. That's what people were saying in his comments. Like, oh, this actually makes me excited. Like seeing the stuff because he's insanely good at being realistic in the game. So
Well, Oak Street's pretty good too with his realistic stuff.
yeah,
He's actually pretty good. I think there's another one too. I just can't remember right off the top of my
Clay
head.
Fighter,
Clay
I think.
Fighter. Yeah,
Yeah, Clay Fighter. Yep.
I think that
loves
was
his
the guy
realistic.
who I was talking about.
His video was
Clay
great.
Fighter.
dude, his edit was so sick. But yeah, I mean, like you can, like we've been saying, like stuff that Zach was doing, the spread eagle stuff, or you could skate like Clay Fighter. I mean,
Yeah, it's as realistic as you want. Yeah, it's as realistic as you want to make it.
mhm.
I mean, even
Especially with all those
session.
settings that Dai showed off. Like,
Yeah.
there's no easy, normal, hard. It's now like adjust to your liking.
Yeah,
But even session, like everyone always talks about how realistic session is. But if anyone's ever watched me play session, like I play it just like skate. So I don't want to hear it.
yeah. It's just how you want to play, and if other people play different than you, who cares? Just
Yeah,
play it how you want.
you get those gatekeepers though, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's people that still hate trick liners, but without trick lining, would we even be getting this game? Like, I don't.
It's probably been that way since the first skate game, since the demo came out.
Yeah.
I still recall that comment I saw when they announced like early access is coming 2025, and somewhere in the comments, someone was trying to beef with Skate social manager or whatever who's running the account, was like, "Why is Skate 1 the only game that's actually realistic?" It's like, dog, what? I think you're talking about the aesthetic here. Like, I get it. Like, you load up and like you have a camera guy next to you, and he has his like V8 camera. He has shit in his backpack. You know what I mean? Like, you feel like an actual skater.
Mm.
But that's just part of the aesthetic. That's part of the world building. Every game you could play how you want.
Yeah.
Oh, another. I don't know what made me think of this. Another thing people's complaining about is V.
Yeah.
V. Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
not a fan.
I do not a big fan of V. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, and I seen in a video too where it was like I think they were going through the tutorial or something, and it's showing a skater do the line that you have to do, and it's not an actual skater; it's like a hologram.
Oh yeah,
I talked
Cowplex's video.
I
Yeah,
talked
I
about
really-
that too.
I really don't like that. I feel like it should be like a real skater.
I saw that and I think about the ghost that you get in Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
Maybe that's
You
I
do
think
the
it's
time
funny.
trials.
I think it's funny. All the voiceovers usually annoy people. Like Retta, I remember people getting annoyed by Retta always talking all the
I
time.
loved
They even
Retta,
made it
though.
a joke.
I
Yeah,
love Retta
Reddit-
though.
Retta's a lot better than V.
Yeah. I miss Reddit.
100%.
I miss
people
Reddit in
like-
Skate 3.
Yeah, people would like hate Retta, but like now that we have V, they're just like, okay, bring back Retta. He was annoying at first, but I miss him.
Or at least Shingo, because he didn't talk. The only time he talked is whenever he came back being AFK, asking if you wiped right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. Yeah, V's pretty annoying.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with V. I don't know what they're gonna do about that, but I also don't like V.
Because
Let's just
the
see.
thing about this, these old games, you feel like there's actually someone following you around with a camera. You know,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I think that's another thing about V. It just feels like, there's nobody
Yeah.
really. It's just a different feeling.
It feels so corporate.
Yeah, whenever
Like
you do,
everything is
a-
AI now. So like, we must make an AI world. It's like, no, you don't have to make an AI world. Skating in real life has no AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in the older skate games too, if you're doing like a photo challenge, you have like the dude sitting there like on his knees, like getting ready
Yeah.
to snap some photos for you. You can like run into him or hit him or something, but it's like way more realistic,
But nowadays, you could have a drone following you around.
Yeah,
Right.
like a
You
drone.
could.
Some
Yeah,
of that drone footage
that
looks
is
crazy,
true.
on these skate clips.
Yeah.
But still, V, I don't know. I have no.
I was gonna say it was
Whatever.
more of like you could get introduced to the city through locals at there, right? Like actual like characters, and then like it doesn't have to be recurring ones. It can be any, like can be new ones, but like have them like feel like you're part of a group rather than here's the city and here's your rip pass, and you don't even get to see that you get a rip pass.
Yeah.
Like what?
It's all the story elements, and I talked about that in my video. I'm not really a fan. I don't really know the direction of it. I mentioned that they talked about this impervatech, which is like they explained why you can do basically hollow meat and not be hurt and stuff. And I'm just like, what? There's no reason to explain that. I feel like that's just unnecessary. And it just makes it makes it feel corny. Like, I don't know. Like, we don't need impervatech. It's just weird.
Yeah, people were talking about the millennial like slop dialogue too. I don't know. I didn't pay attention. I just skipped over it.
I mean, if they want to keep V in a way to where it's like, hey, welcome to the city. Also, here's an app on your phone, because having apps on your phone is, pretty much modern day without feeling too detached from reality. And it comes with your companion V, like, it would be like a Cortana, it would be a Siri, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Like,
I
if
don't
you want to
know,
keep V,
man.
that'd be a way to introduce V, but
Yeah.
you don't have to keep V around the whole time.
Yeah.
Were you about to say something, Nick?
No, I was just agreeing. Oh, yeah,
Oh,
actually, yeah, I was. Earlier, I was gonna say, I wonder what they're doing with the camera, because I heard from what's his name? Milky? Is that his name? I don't know a lot of
Milky.
people who are not
Yeah.
EA Skate. I don't know a lot of people. But he said there's no keyframes for the camera. And I'm like, I don't know. That's kind of worrying.
Dice
that's
showed that too. Yeah.
Well, what I'm hoping for is that they'll eventually put the keyframes in there. Like, I'm really not that worried about it. It would be crazy if they didn't, though. That'd be like a dumb move if they didn't put keyframes in it, right?
No,
you got to have keyframes.
I'm not worried about it at all. I think there's absolutely going to be keyframes. I just think they're not there yet.
They better put keyframes before early access, or when early access drops. Otherwise, there's going to be a lot of people complaining that they can't film the clips the right way.
Well, and that's kind of what I think is like it. You got to think it's a pre-alpha that's heavily under NDA. Like, of course, they're not going to put keyframes in the replay editor, because then people are going to be able to record clips and manipulate it all sorts of ways they want. And it's just like, I mean,
it'd be cool if they have a big update right on like early access. I think that'd be pretty cool.
I hope they do.
Huge.
Yeah.
It better be huge.
That's why I hope that they're like letting, people make content on the game right now, just so we're all seeing what's, in the playtest. But there's like so much more that isn't in the game that they're going to release during early access. So a lot of people are surprised on what's new.
I was thinking maybe it's like a bait and switch thing where it's like they have us show the game off and then everyone hates it, and then they show early access and it's like completely different. Everyone's like, oh my god, like this is so much better.
The bait and switch of art styles. Y'all were mad for nothing. And then
no longer Fortnite.
Yeah, it no longer looks like Fortnite.
Robot chicken.
That'd be crazy.
Just to get people talking about it. Get all the attention on it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Man, I hope so.
I heard about the dev build, and I just really wonder what's in that, man. I really wonder what's in there. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be completely different than what is being shown right now, what people are allowed to upload.
I hope so.
I hope it has spot battles, man. And all them game modes, like the core skate game modes. I've not seen anything on that at all.
Yeah, that's one of my biggest problems right now. Hopefully it's just because it's, in playtesting and it's not, early access yet. I really hope that we get these 3 game modes that I have not seen yet: Spot Battle, Skate, and Death Races. Those 3 are like so fun to do in the older skate games, and I feel like if the game releases and there's like no game modes in the game, it's like I feel like it'll die really quickly and get kind of boring really fast.
Dice showed off a challenge that was in the game where you got to do a line and collect bearings. Since when do you collect stuff in a skate game?
Oh yeah, I seen that. I thought it was like donuts at first.
Like, I'm like, what?
Yeah, I thought it was donuts.
So I do not want to be like, hey, so you're supposed to do your regular film challenges, but also make sure you collect your bearings along the way. And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what if you just, you clear the stair set and then you miss the bearing? Oh, you got to go back.
Yeah, the collecting
Yeah.
bearings feels like very Tony Hawk to me. Like that's such a Tony Hawk thing to do.
They should
Yeah.
add the skate letters, so you gotta collect
Yeah,
those.
that's what I was
Well.
gonna
Collect
say.
skate in a combo.
Might as well.
In the
yeah.
combo letters.
Combo
Hidden
letters.
tape as well
Mhm.
somewhere.
Might as well go all the way with it.
Well, Tony Hawk's done a lot of those collecting things. Like you gotta collect passes or whatever to get to the next thing
Mhm.
or whatever. They've always done that stuff. It does feel like it though.
Yeah.
Collect the secret tape.
Yeah. Well, now you're collecting music. You don't gotta worry about secret tapes.
Oh, true. Collecting music. But that's not like part of like an objective. It's just something you can just do.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
see it and then get it.
You guys want to talk about loot boxes?
Oh, loot boxes.
Very fun.
How does that
topic.
go?
God, man.
How does that? How did you address it in your video?
So in my video, I explained how you level up and basically earn rip chips by doing challenges and stuff, and then you use rip chips to open these loot boxes, and you can't purchase them in real money, so that's a positive thing at least. But that's how you earn clothes and stuff, and people are very mad.
Yeah.
But-
It's funny. It's funny because they confirmed in one of the boardrooms, like when they were saying that it's like not going to be pay to win or anything. They're like there will be no paid loot boxes. But
Yeah.
they didn't say anything about loot box, like free loot
It
boxes.
technically
Which
didn't
is kind
lie.
of funny. Technically, yeah.
So can you pay for rip chips? I haven't messed with it.
No, you can't.
Oh, so you have to do the challenges.
You have to earn
Yeah.
to get more clothes. You have to earn rip chips, and
Well, I mean, that's a positive though, because you're not
Yeah,
buying rip
that's not
chips.
too bad. That's not too bad.
well, that's what I'm saying. It's just the only downside to it all is you can't pick what clothes you get from the store like old
Oh,
games.
yeah.
But
From
Yeah,
what I've seen in some videos, people, because apparently you can like click on the loot box and actually see what's in it, which I think that's a good thing. Instead of it being just completely, you have no idea what's in there, you can actually see what items are in there. So you can kind of like grind for it and just keep trying to get that item. But like, fuck, I lost my train of thought. I was gonna say something, but I couldn't remember. You go ahead, Toasty. What were you saying?
I just don't like the loot boxes because it's full of
Yeah.
stuff that I don't even like. I'm just trying to
That's
get
what I
one
was gonna
thing out of
say.
that loot box. You know,
Yeah.
I'd rather just get the thing that I want.
Yeah,
and-
that's exactly what I was gonna say. From the videos that I have seen of people showing the loot boxes, there's only like one item in there that I think would actually be cool, But everything
yeah,
else
but
is
you
kinda, like,
but you
boring.
gotta get a bunch of lame stuff before you
Yep.
get your cool stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's so bad. I feel like that's in a sense restricting to self-expression. Yeah, they want to target self-expression.
I mean, at
Imagine-
least
Yeah.
at least it's not paid, That is one good thing. At least it's not paid.
Yeah, but you have
They
to
saw
like
CS case openings and we're like, oh, we can make something out of this.
just to be the skater or character you want to be or whatever. It's kind of
I've go ahead.
strange. I don't know.
It-
That's all.
it's all it's a player retention tactic. That's all it is. It's you get people in here and they see clothes in a certain box and they want to get that clothing item, so they keep playing. That keeps a player in the ecosystem. If they could come in
Yeah.
and just specifically pick out their outfit, then it's like there's nothing else to grind for. It's literally just to add grind to the game. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Sucks.
See, I'm the type I get what I want, and then basically never change my character after that.
Me too.
Mhm.
So I'm not even worried about it unless something new comes out that I want. But like eventually it's gonna get to a point where I'll look exactly how I want and I'll never mess with it again.
Yeah, I've been rocking you can ask SYPHRUS. I've been using the same Skate 3 skater for 7 years now or something.
Yeah.
A variation of it at least.
A variation of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I am
Well,
too.
like Session and Skater XL, I figured out what I wanted, and that was it. Never again. Like I'm done with it.
Mhm.
Like always changing my outfits and changing everything every time I'm playing skate.
Yeah, some people are different. Some people that I know in the Skate 3 community, they're like Kenny, for example, Kenny X Lucky, he's a really good competitive player. He's constantly changing his skater. Like every time I see him like on or he's like has like a new clip come out, he's in a different skater every single time. So I guess this is
So
all preference.
Nick's gonna be the one grinding all the challenges then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, Nick's going straight to the store for the dunks.
Oh,
Hey,
100%, dude. 100%.
Man,
Wait, did
I
we
hope
ever?
they had better Nikes than what I've seen. I want some red Nikes.
So yeah, all the
I
is
love
it
red and black.
confirmed that all the branded stuff is only behind like actual paid stuff, like real money stuff,
Well,
and like this?
I talked about it in my video. It's not all of it is, but there's branded stuff in boxes. There's branded stuff that you can only pay for. It's honestly just depends on the item.
What about those Van? I think I'm using some Van shoes in on my character. I think it came from one of them boxes, didn't it? Is Vans in any of those boxes?
There is Vans in some box. I know I've seen that.
Yeah.
But there's also Vans you can pay for. It's all,
yeah, I can't remember what it was.
It's all in the shop. On my video I showed like it frequently changes and stuff too. So there's gonna be like different bundles and more brands, I would assume. So
What's the pricing for things?
that I don't know. It's
From what I seen in a video, I seen like a skateboard and it was like 500 of like the purple currency. Was that like San Van bucks, I think is what they're
yeah.
called? Yeah, so I think that's like if I had to guess, I would assume 1,000 of it is $10. So I would assume a skate deck, just the deck, not the trucks, not the wheels, is like $5.
That's actually
Which I feel yeah, I feel like a skateboard, you should get like, the deck, the wheels, and the trucks,
Full
but you can
bundle.
like change them obviously, a full bundle for $5.
Mm.
And like a grip tape if you want. I feel like that could be really good instead of just having like $5 for a pair of wheels, which is kind of crazy.
Did you pay attention to the pricing, Will?
No, because they gave us San Van bucks, so like I didn't pay attention to like the dollar amount to the San Van buck amount. I didn't really even look at that.
I saw on the top right. It's like you guys have like 20,000 or
Yeah.
something, 200,000 types, whatever.
Yeah, I seen something pretty cool. It looked like a Grim Reaper outfit. You guys probably seen it in a video as well. But someone, I can't remember which video it was, but they went to the shop and I want to say it was like 2,000 or 2,500. I can't remember the exact pricing, but it's like 20 or more dollars for an outfit in the game, which is kind of crazy if you ask me, but
Yeah, see, I don't know if that equivalates that you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's how the money relates to each other. I don't think a bundle would be 20. I would hope.
Yeah, that's just my guess. That's just what I'm assuming because most games operate like, 1,000, San Van bucks or V-bucks is $10, right? So 100 is $1. That's why I'm just assuming.
I agree though. That's a little high. $20 just for that, or like $5 for a skate deck.
Yeah.
I hope it's not like that, but I haven't paid attention to like the pricing for anything. So I mean, but I hear you. Like that's crazy.
If anything,
I want to make it clear though, real quick. We are not saying that is how much those things are. We don't know. So before the comments go off, we don't know if that's actually how that works. So
yeah, I just
maybe somebody will show it off.
Maybe.
True.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, if anything, I'm not usually the one to actually go into a store and buy it one single item with real money. Like that's not me.
Yeah.
But if there was to be a skate pass where you can get a lot of stuff for each time you level up, and there's like some branded stuff in there, like I don't know, like $5-10, I would buy that.
That's what I would pay for too. And people gave me flack in my comments for saying hopefully there's a battle pass, because I'm sorry, I feel like there's value in that. You give me 100 or something tiers of items for $10 like most games do. It's like, yeah, I'll do that, whatever.
It's a free to play game, so yeah, that would be the better system.
Yeah,
if it's a $60 game, that you get rid of the pass, but it's a free to play game
for sure. I've never had an issue with battle passes. I'll buy a battle pass. I don't buy bundles.
I really do hope the battle pass or the skate pass, whatever they're gonna call it, I hope it's kind of like the Fortnite one, where you put in $10, but if you 100% the skate pass, you get like $12 back or something, or
Exactly.
$13 back.
And so you can pay for the next
You
season
can
of
pay
the
for the
pass.
next one, yeah.
Never buy it again as
Dude.
long as you're playing.
Dude, I'm so cheap. I just don't like spending money on anything like when it comes to any of these passes or
I don't
anything
blame
like
you.
that.
But I
That's
mean,
okay.
if you
I've
get
never
your
been that way.
Yeah, but I mean, if you get your currency back and an extra like $3 or $4, it's kind of worth it if you think about it. A one-time payment for $10, and as long as you keep maxing out the battle pass, you keep on earning money back. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's okay.
Pays for
I think
itself.
that'd be really good.
It's really
Exactly.
not.
Yeah, of
a
course.
bad
That
deal.
sounds nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can just devote $60 that you would pay for a normal game or whatever and just use that for whatever you want.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Like battle passes or cosmetics or whatever.
Right.
But I've just never been that way. I don't think I've ever paid for anything like that, except for like a Naruto game. I paid for like a season pass to unlock some DLC characters or something like that. I can't remember what it was.
Right. Hey,
But other than
you know
that,
what? At least you could say that, like, if you want to dress like me, all you got to do is just grind loot boxes.
yeah.
I put in the
Nah,
work.
it depends. If it's something that I really like, I might buy it. I don't know yet though. Right? I'm
right.
different when it comes to
Okay.
skate stuff.
Exactly. If Baker makes it in the game, they're gonna get me, dude. I already know it. I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah.
resist.
Like I
So,
never
yeah,
buy a
so-
DLC, but I have bought all the skate games DLC. So I just don't know
Yeah.
what it's what I'll be like.
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
yeah.
I just now sent an image in the chat, right? It's a video from Nebraska, I think. They had like
Nebraska?
Nebraska. Yeah, I think they're like, they made a video on the new skate build because EA gave them permission, and they're showing the shop right there. Like there's like a bunny outfit and the Frank's hot dog.
Mm.
You see how it's like 1400 and then the bunny outfit's 2250. I kind of hope it's not $14
So
for a hot
expensive.
dog outfit,
$22 for
Yeah.
a bunny suit.
That's
Like,
Yeah.
way more than Fortnite skins, man.
Yeah, I
Well,
know.
$22.50.
Yeah.
It's $22.50.
They're probably
I don't know. That doesn't sound right for the currency, but I just don't know.
I really
'cause-
don't think that's what they're doing. I would hope
'cause-
not.
Yeah, because it could be like this, you get the shirt, you get the shoes, you get the helmet, you get the board. So they're like, okay, that adds up to $58, I'm not saying it is 58, but I just hope that they don't do that.
we can see too, there's the board art. So yeah, so like the deck, just the deck, not even a grip tape, the deck. The
It's
bottom of the deck is
$5.
$5, and like a customizable trucks that you see on the far left is $3.
Yeah.
Dude, I wish somebody would have showed the pricing off because like I just don't know.
Yeah, I'm trying to see in their video if they showed like the actual where you gotta buy the currency, but
I feel like
I don't
probably
see
none of
it.
us did.
Yeah.
Just
Like-
gifted to you.
I think one thing they need to realize though is like, yeah, Fortnite does that. They make the bundles and they charge a bunch of money and people buy it. But like, there's no tie to this hot dog character or this random bunny. Like no one knows what this is. Like you're putting it in a bundle and saying this is worth the value because it's a bundle, but it's like this is not like what is this? Like if you put Coach Frank in there and put value in it, then yeah, it's worth it. But just because it's a bundle of cosmetics doesn't mean it's worth the money if it's just random stuff. If that makes sense.
I think you should also say that you're playing on accounts that is not even yours. Like you could see you get 20,000 of the SV bucks or whatever.
Yeah,
that's not their account. Those are gifted against. So when you guys actually play the game on your account, you're not going to have all those items.
No,
Oh yeah, it was just for that. Yeah.
it's randomly generated accounts. That's why my name was Funny Tooth.
What a great name, man.
It was just so if we want to show off the cosmetics, it wasn't anything like still not paid.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I found the a video where it's showing the Grim Reaper skin, and it's $27.50 for the Grim Reaper skin. So
Shoo.
yeah, so
Dang.
I hope
I
that's
don't know how
not
much that is.
$27.50, but
There's no way. There's
Yeah,
no way.
I hope
That's
not.
insane. And they did say that. I mean, it was controversial that they added the microtransactions to the pre-alpha. I get that, but they did say they're working out like the pricing and stuff and seeing people's feedback. So
True.
and
That
I'm
is
sure that
true.
stuff will change over time too.
I hope
Mhm.
they see this.
hopefully
Don't
they
charge
do.
$27 for a bunny suit.
Yeah.
I feel
Or the
like,
Grim Reaper. Sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like that bunny just looks horrible, man.
Yeah, it looks like Riders
Just looks
Republic.
so
It's so
bad.
Riders Republic.
That's what I thought, dude. I was like, that's a Riders Republic outfit.
It's
But you know
very
you're gonna
Riders
see-
Republic.
You know you'll see somebody skating around with it.
100%.
Of course.
I got the bunny board. I like the way it looked.
Yeah, it came with a lot of stuff in that bundle.
Yeah, I will
but-
say this. I hope that I haven't seen a video on people like I've seen someone go to the bundle, but I don't really know if you can buy items individually. So I'm looking at the Grim Reaper character, and his skateboard looks really cool. Are we forced to buy the entire bundle itself, or can we buy like one item from the bundle for like a bit cheaper? So let's say we see the skateboard. Can I buy it for like, 500 or 300 or 500 of the Sand Van bucks, or am I forced to spend the 2,700 Sand Van bucks to have to get the whole bundle? That's one thing I'm curious about.
It's a great question. I'm not really sure either.
I think I know the answer. I just don't know if I should say it because I didn't show it on video.
Yeah, I mean, in my video, I bought the bundle. I didn't.
I
don't know.
I think I just so for my bunny deck, I think I just bought the deck. I think I could actually choose from that. I might be wrong.
Yeah, because here's the video of the early gameplay right here of the Grim Reaper, the photo.
Yeah.
So I'm looking here and I don't really know, but that's all I see. So
Yeah, it looks like you can only buy the bundle.
Oh, so I selected. I'm pretty sure I selected it, but I mean I could have bought the bundle. I can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
I do have a lot of stuff recorded of starting off. I just can't remember
okay.
exactly. But I think I was able to get it separately.
That's really good to hear then.
But I really don't know. But I think yeah, you should be able to get anything separately. I don't like
Okay.
bundles.
It would be nice.
Yeah,
but
I agree. Because if there's like I was saying with that Grim Reaper bundle, like that skateboard looks sick, but I'm not trying to spend 2,700 Sand Van bucks for it. So
yeah, that was my favorite thing about that bundle was the deck. I think the deck's cool.
Yeah.
But
But I'm sorry, man. I just can't remember. Like,
yeah, it's all good.
yeah.
is there anything else you guys wanted to bring up about public opinion right now?
The multiplayer game modes is what I want to bring up.
Yeah. And I don't know if you
Yeah.
watched my full video, but I specifically
I heard.
mentioned you.
Yeah, you mentioned me at the end. I thought that was pretty funny. But here's what I'm saying, right? It's a multiplayer only game, right? But there's like no multiplayer game modes. There's only like throwdowns, which from what I've seen looks kind of like you gotta get like a certain amount of points, or whoever has the most points or something wins, right? I believe that's what you said. But I really hope that Spot Battle, like I was saying earlier, Spot Battle, Skate, and Death Races, I really hope that those three return, and there's like a quick match option, or you can like go to the map and like start like I don't even know, like I hope that you can create like a lobby at like, Mega Park, for example, or somewhere in the game, and then others can join you, and it's like turn-based spot battle where I do my run and then that person does their run. I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. I think it needs all that.
Yeah, and one thing with the game mode skate, I think this would be really sick. Let's say that they eventually add, competitive play, and there's like ranked play, right? For skate, like how there was in the older skate games. Would it be cool for the game mode skate where lower down in the ranks, or like casual play, is kind of like Skate 3, where you just do one trick and then it's like, okay, you gotta do a tray flip, and you repeat the trick? Or would it be cool that you can have up the higher your ranks are, the more difficult it gets? So you can have up to 3 tricks in one sequence. So you do like a tray flip into a grind to like a kick flip out, right? And you have to repeat that sequence.
I don't
Wouldn't
think it
that
should be
be?
tied to a rank, because what if someone wants to just hop in and just immediately go, I'm gonna go and do the 3-trick sequence one?
I mean, yeah, that is true, but
I feel like it should be more like a Halo style thing where you can adjust the game rules.
yeah, I guess yeah, that could be cool too. Or like if there's like a hardcore difficulty and hardcore is more like more difficult, I guess. But I feel like that would be really sick to see in the game mode skate.
I
Mhm.
think the best thing they should do is actually like add all the game modes. I guess most of the classic ones back. Maybe not every single one, but it seems like everyone's
Yeah.
asking for all
Who's
the old
playing
game modes.
domination?
Yeah, it's just mainly the main like other than Hall of Meat, but because like we've seen like the Hall of Meat, they've showed them off in like in some of the videos and stuff where like people are they call them like you're slamming or something. But I really hope that the three main game modes, skate, spot battle, and death races, make a return. 'Cause
Yeah,
those are
people
really
really want
fun.
death races.
Yeah, death races
I've seen
especially.
that.
Yeah.
I want time trials, death race. I want to go against people.
Yeah.
Top of leaderboard.
I'm going to be bummed if Skate doesn't have Skate.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
it's
That's
gotta
what
have
I'm
skate.
saying. Like, it's a
It's
skate
so
game. It
weird.
has to have skate. I just hope that they are in the game when early access comes out. I hope it doesn't take them like a year or two to actually release those game modes.
Yeah, I think they did mention in the grind though that they're
They
working
did,
on
but
it. I just
yeah,
can't. Who knows what they're actually going to put in there.
Yeah.
yeah.
Man, I want contests. No one ever talks about contests. I like contests.
Oh,
God, yeah.
Will wants to play the jam.
Yeah, I just want to play contests against bots. I don't know. I don't even care.
Gotta have
The,
Fun,
good
like jam.
It's
man,
fun.
I just got done speedrunning. That's the last thing I wanted to do. Sit there, do nothing. Man,
The vert contests kill me, man. I do not like a lot of vert stuff.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, maybe it's because it's Skate 3 I'm thinking of, where it's like,
Yeah.
who can get the highest air? And I'm like, I could speed glitch that.
Yeah, it's just fun. Like that's the thing I enjoyed the most about Skate 3 and like competing against your friends and whoever gets the highest score wins or playing like, a vert contest. It's a lot of fun to do. So it's
Now,
really gonna suck if the game comes out because from what I see right now from the gameplay, it just looks like you're just doing challenges and challenges and challenges. There's not really much else to the game other than
Mm.
challenges. So
no, I love the street contest. Now, don't
yeah.
get me wrong, but like
Okay.
something about going up and down a ramp, man, it just doesn't. It's just not my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
if
that's
they
like
have
the
one, they
main
should have
thing.
both.
Yeah,
For
that's
sure.
the main thing that I'm really wanting to see is the game modes come back.
A new
And
game
see-
mode, Hollow Meat contest.
Yeah, especially because it's like, especially because like if it's
New
like it's a multiplayer game, but from what I can tell, it's only challenges. It's not really no multiplayer activities where you're competing against each other. I guess like William said, I believe in his video, where you can play with a friend in a challenge, but I don't know. I just
We
like
already
spot
had that in
battle.
Skate 3, though. It's just like you have to
Yeah,
wait for your friend to also complete the challenge.
yeah,
But
that
see,
is
I
true.
also put my personal opinions aside. Like maybe I don't like some of these game modes or whatever, but I want you guys to have it too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Even if I don't want it, I want you to have it if you like it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
exactly. They're making the game for everybody, and I really love these challenges, and I would just love for them to be in the game.
So I mean, we're always trying to think of you when it comes
Mhm.
to feedback and stuff. It's not just about us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, there needs to be a whole thing to facilitate like actual game modes and not just the throwdowns, like I said in my video.
Yeah.
I think the
So-
beauty of Hollow Meat though is you're actually breaking bones. It's not.
Right.
It's more than just slamming into something. You want to see the bones break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is one thing I haven't noticed so far from anybody's gameplay. Like in the like Skate 3, you can see what bones you break. And like all the skate games, I'm pretty sure you can see which bones you break. But in the new skate game, at least from what I've seen, it doesn't look like, that you
Yeah.
can
No
if you break a
X-ray type
bone,
shit.
yeah, there's no X-ray.
Well, it's not
Yeah,
even called
on-
Hall of Meat anymore, so
Yeah.
On
it
Skate 3,
called?
I think they're called stunt challenges, right? They're stunts.
Stunt challenge. Stunts.
I remember them
on Skate
mentioning
3,
Something like that.
I got turned. I got turned off on Skate 3 because I do the same thing over and over again, and like I'm tired of seeing my bones break. It takes so much
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turned that off.
But still, people want it, and I hope you get it.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah.
for sure. All right, we've been going for a little over an hour. Any last thing? Any final thoughts?
I believe I said all that I really needed to say.
I think we had to go watch a couple hate watch videos first and then come back. But oh well. See people's arguments.
Yeah,
some people are talking about the story mode.
Oh yeah.
You're right. I feel like story mode is more of like a last thing they want to get because they're mainly focusing on gameplay.
yeah.
How would you feel about story mode though?
The story mode would my story mode, if I were to make it, would get rid of V.
Get rid of V, bring back Coach Frank.
And a bunch of cutscenes and stuff too, right?
Right,
Yeah.
in-game cutscenes, right?
Yeah.
Actually have like people talking to you.
Yeah, and
The way I see it,
no, go ahead.
I love my story games. I love my story games and the cutscenes and everything. But like after I'm done with the story, like I never do it. Like I've been skating around in silence for like 15 years now, just looking for
Yeah.
new spots to do.
Right.
But I don't know. It'd be cool to have it, but to me, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I feel like it might be one of those things where it's probably not like cutscenes and stuff, but they might have like a story, you know, like how they said with what was like Mongo Corp or whatever the hell
Yeah.
it was. M Corp is what it was.
You actually
have,
have a
like-
name to M Corp.
Yeah, they have like stuff like that, and then I feel like with every major update they have, the story changes and new stuff comes out, and you find out new info.
Damn. Really hate to keep relating it to Fortnite because Fortnite does it so well, but yeah, like every season there's like a new cutscene to watch when you open it up and be like, M Corp is doing this now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I feel like that.
Events and everything too.
Mhm.
Another thing is, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, that's what I think is kind of going to be the story, because didn't they said a while back that they're telling the story like through the world or whatever, and that's basically what Fortnite does. So I'm assuming that's kind of what it's going to be like.
I just want to see a face to M Corp and a name, and so there's just a giant poster and like, you know, the locals draw shit on his face.
Yeah,
It'd be that Bob dude from
Yeah.
M Corp.
Yeah, I mean, we get Tim Robinson
Wow.
just hanging up on the M Corp.
Yeah. So another thing that's made people mad is the offline mode. I don't think we've
oh yeah,
talked about offline mode.
We talked about that.
That's a big one. Yeah, we've talked
No.
about it before. Yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
should we go over it again?
I mean, for me, there's not much to say. Like, I never expected there to be an offline mode, and I don't agree with it. I think there should be, of course, but it's a free to play online game. I didn't expect an offline mode, unfortunately.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's two things that I really hate about it being online only. The one thing is if my internet is out, I cannot play the game whatsoever, which
Yeah.
really sucks. And the second thing is that whenever the servers get shut down for this game, it's gone forever. We'll never be able to play it or experience it ever again. So those are my two biggest problems with it being online only.
Okay, well, that
Yeah, that-
second part, there's a huge stop killing games movement that's been going around.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you guys
Yeah.
heard about that.
I
Mhm.
haven't.
And the stop killing games is essentially if a game sunsets and they have like online servers, and the only way to play the game is through online servers, developers or publishers should set up a way to where the community can set up their own servers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've talked about this stuff in their Discord too. Like, yeah, I think I've actually talked to Jeff in the Discord about like, I hope there's an end of life thing, so the game doesn't just disappear. Like maybe put an offline mode at the very end before you shut down the servers or something.
Yeah.
You know? I'd hate to see the game disappear.
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the biggest issue with the no offline is game preservation.
But my internet also goes off. You know, it goes out
Same.
once every couple weeks or whatever for like 2 hours. So I just can't play.
Yeah,
And there
my
was,
internet sucks.
There was a time when I lived out in the sticks. We couldn't get internet out there or whatever. And so for like those 2 years, all I could do was like play Skate 3 on the Xbox 360. And, you know, that would suck if Skate 3 required internet for me to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would really suck. Because there's been many times that my internet has gone down, but I can still play Skate 3, and they had a party play feature where you can still play spot battle and stuff, on your own, which I really love. And like the 100K at Mega Park, like they said that they're gonna be working on the new skate game for 10 years, and then they'll go from there, if they'll stop or drop the game or what. But with Skate 3, it took me like 13 years, I believe it was, to hit the 100K at Mega Park. And if, Skate 3 was online early and the servers got shut down in like 2020, that would have never happened. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's
I've
just
been
stuff like
very
that.
I've been very outspoken about the offline. I think that's my biggest complaint about the whole
Yeah.
thing is the offline mode. And I think that's what's got a lot of people mad too, other than the art style.
Yeah,
Yeah, art
Right.
style and offline are like the two biggest complaints I've seen.
for sure.
And microtransactions, but I mean, you don't
Yeah,
have to buy anything.
Yeah, microtransactions are more lower on the list, but offline and what was the other one? Offline and the art style
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and the story, I guess. Offline, art style, story, and yeah, those like the three main ones.
There's I don't know if you guys ever heard of Knockout City. It's a dodgeball game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that game was really fun, but it was like an online game, and then they shut the game down at one point, but then they released like a version where like you could play it not online. So it's possible.
Mhm.
It's a thing that can happen. So
I will
That should be
say,
how it is.
yeah.
yeah, I will say at least they're not doing what Riders Republic does, where you got to spend $60 on the game and it's still online only. At least they're not doing
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
That's how
Is it
That would
Madden
be
$60?
good.
What if you include the skate bundle? Is it still $60?
True.
They had a deal not long ago. It was like $12 or something like that, or $12.99 to like it was like the whole edition. Like
Yeah.
it was like everything. I was like, I'm gonna buy it and try it out, and I never did. So
Skating is not even worth trying out, in my
Right.
opinion.
Terrible. It's so bad.
Yeah.
but it was such a good deal.
The fact that you have to pay for the sports as well.
Yeah, that
Riders Republic.
sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never really tried the skateboarding, but I really enjoyed the mechanics of the game. I will say that, for the snowboarding and on the bike.
Me too. Those were the two things I liked about it, and I was like, "Oh man, the skating's gonna be awesome." And
Yeah,
then I
and the
tried it. And I was
mass
like,
races.
"No."
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing I would love to see in the new skate game. Like a massive, like let's say they do have a, massive hill bombing island, right? And there's like a mass race where you have 50 players competing against each other.
And
like
you
a
have
massive
collision
death
turned
race.
on, and it's
Yes.
Oh
chaotic.
god. No, not the collision.
I mentioned that in a podcast a long time ago, like years ago at this point, like literally mass death races. And I was talking about Riders
Yeah.
Republic specifically. That'd be sick.
It's like that one teaser of Skate 3 where you saw like 100 people skate down a street.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's what this game's trying to be, I guess.
True.
Right.
True.
Hundreds of people skating down the street. And, they hyped it up that way back then. And I was thinking like, oh, that's how it's going to be. And I guess that's what they're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
150 people in a server. It's a lot of people.
Let's go.
Right.
A lot of people.
One thing that I am very curious about is, let's say XQC, for example, or I guess XCZ because he's more known in the skate community. If they are streaming and they're playing the new skate game, and let's say that there's not a way to turn off other players or make your own private server, he's just going to get bombarded by like everyone in the server, and he's not going to be able to see anything. It's going to be probably really laggy, and it's just not going to be a good experience. I do hope that there is a way that you can turn off other players or like enable streamer mode or something where your name is hidden. But then again, people could still stream snipe you. But
No, there just needs to be private servers, I think.
private servers,
Yeah,
Private
definitely.
lobbies.
I've been asking
100%.
in their Discord for a private server and everything like
Yeah.
that. If we're not going to get an offline mode, we at least need to get a private server. I can't have somebody watching me like do the same thing over and over or steal my trick, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, steal the trick.
Or
Talked
like
about that
a
last time.
or like a friends only server.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure they can do it, and I
Mhm.
think they should.
Mhm.
I agree.
I hope they do. It's a lot of things they still need to work on and add. Game's not perfect by any means, but it's not done yet. So
Yeah.
a private park builder for people like Daz.
yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, the last thing I wanted to say towards the hate watching people is that I've seen comments and they're all the same. It's literally a copy paste.
Yeah,
Like,
it really is.
Like, yeah, I've seen your message, but you keep pasting that around and now like makes me not care about your message. Like,
Yeah,
you gotta
there's a couple
personalize
people.
it for each video. Like, Zach is showing off something fun in the game and you bring up microtransactions. Dog, what? That's not part of the video.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. There's some mad people, but they spam, like some of them spam the same comment on every
Right, it
single
makes you
video.
not want to care about it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Did not one guy do it to every council member or something?
Yeah.
There's a couple of them that do it. I've seen a couple of them do the
there's
same
like
thing.
3 people at least doing the same message on every video.
We should list their names off right now.
Uh-huh.
Call them out.
Expose them.
Everybody already knows who it is. Everyone's seen them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think everyone was very mad that first day, but it seems like comments on videos that are coming out now seem a little more tamed. Like people are accepting more things about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So just see how it goes. Hopefully it gets better for everyone. But
Well, I think it helped on Zek's second video when he was, sort of talking about it, and I had to do it on my second video too, because like it's getting ridiculous.
Well, it's funny.
Like it's not my fault.
What I've seen is like people have uploaded videos about the game, and then people will comment like, "Oh, you're just like shilling, blah blah blah, whatever," and then someone like I think Zach said he's gonna make a video like about the things he doesn't like in the game and stuff. And I've seen a few YouTubers say that, because even people that aren't sponsored are getting called like shills and stuff. Like even people were saying Milky, "Oh, you're fence sitting about the game." Like, no, he's just stating his opinion, dude. Like he doesn't even have anything to do with it.
I
Or
left a
Cyborg
comment.
Boy.
Yes,
I left a
Cyberboy.
comment. I left a comment on one of those hate videos, and the guy seems to be like, he has his concerns. It's not like he's full on hating the game. He just has his concerns. He wants the game to do well as well. So, but I just made a thing saying that like the main reason why they're doing all this is because it's classified as a reboot. They don't have to pander to the previous audiences. I mean, they do sometimes, but they don't have to. It's not obligated. And then I had a reply saying, "Why are you the only creator that's spoken out and not shilled?" And I'm like, dog, people have spoken their voice before, or if not, they're going to. They're not locked behind some sort of EA like hush hush type money.
Yeah,
People will speak out against it.
and I wouldn't do it. We said this last time. Like we wouldn't be doing this if like we had to be a shill or something.
Yeah. Dude, my whole channel is just me talking about Skate. It's all my opinions on Skate. I've never like said certain things to like shill or whatever. Like it's all just been me speaking my opinions.
And I think Jeff even said there's some people in the council that was playtesting like Skate 1 back in the day or something. I think he said that.
Oh yeah. Stoke, Kelly,
Yeah.
and Clay Fighter, they've playtested Skate 1.
Super
OGs.
OGs. Yeah.
And
Real OGs.
this is stuff that people don't realize.
No, yeah. I've seen comments about the council being like, "Oh, the council's full of like," someone said they were like weirdos, that this game is made for those weirdos or something like that. I don't know. But it's like there's some really reputable people on the council.
So someone told me, it's like, "Oh, you're the person this game's targeting," and I'm like, "Man, I've skated for like 10 years, and I've been playing Skate ever since like the first demo. Like, what type of person am I?"
Yeah, what does that even mean?
Wouldn't that mean you would like the game if it's catered towards you? Like you're the gold example then at that point, where it's like, yeah, I like the game, so you should like it too, because everyone keeps saying Skate 1. Well, not everyone, but a lot of people saying Skate 1 is the best skate game.
Yeah, but I don't even really say anything good to begin with.
Yeah.
That's what like that you clock in. That's what I
Yeah.
say in the comments. You
Oh,
don't give an
is-
opinion. You're just like, I want to try this.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
just the
playing.
fact that you're
I've done
playing
every
it.
game like this. Yeah. Or no, it's not just that I'm playing it. It's the sponsor at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I can
Right.
understand. You're not supposed. I don't trust sponsored YouTubers either.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
get
just
it.
how it
I
is.
agree.
So it's but it is what it is.
The watermark's misleading though, because it's like we're not sponsored or paid or anything, but that's what they made us
They
put,
automatically
so.
assume the worst. Yeah.
You always have to mention that it's always the 0.27 build because it's
Yeah.
like you got to make sure that this is the exact build that you have been playtesting.
Well,
Yeah.
it's just part of the thing, and that's it. And we're free to go on and do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, after that, after like the first 5 seconds, everything else is just us, so.
Yep.
Yeah. But people still say I lied about that, so that I'm lying about being paid, which also
How dare
if we
you
were
lie.
if we were paid, we'd be required to say that. Like we would not
Yeah.
be able to say we aren't paid, so.
But either way, I'm still going to say, hey, thanks for letting me play, right?
Yeah.
Oh well.
Is that all? Got anything else?
What about you, Nick?
Dude, honestly, I can't really think of much because you guys have kind of covered so much that's already on my mind. You know? And I feel I can only really give more of an opinion until early access is out.
Yeah.
Really, because we're in alpha still, and alpha means there's nothing set.
Yeah.
And I really complained about the character design, but what if when early access is out, it's completely different.
But if it's not
True.
different, then you best believe I'm going to complain about it.
Oh, then
We're
I'm
all
gonna
gonna
I'm
Yeah.
going
about
content nuke, man. I'm gonna
Because
ram
now
it
that
in.
everyone has the game, we could show off freely what's in the game and then criticize it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one more thing that I would really love for them to add to the game is online skate teams, like how there was in Skate
You
3.
want
Oh,
skate
yeah.
teams so bad.
Yes, I do. If I was in the council, like how you are, Toasty and William, I would literally be hard pushing skate teams like every day.
I mean, it would make
You know, it's-
sense for this game, but
Yeah,
Yeah, it's funny because I've never messed with skate teams.
really. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't. But it's good to
I think
know.
it's
Like,
I think
yeah,
it-
go
I
ahead.
think it's just because like you guys know like I play Skate 3, I'm a trick spammer, right? I just go for high scores and try to go up on the leaderboards. So I would really love, like how William said at the end of his video for leaderboards to be in the game. And if there's an online skate team, there could be like, it shows like who the best skate teams are like on the leaderboard. You know what I mean?
mm,
I think that would be
Yep.
really sick and potentially ranked play. People would get mad and probably say that it's trick spammers are ruining it, which it's true. We will be trick spamming and we might ruin it, but it's like I enjoy trick spamming, so like I enjoy doing competitive. That's just how I enjoy playing the game. So I would
And
just love for skate teams to return.
and that is part of like actual skateboard culture too, is the skate teams. Because like
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember growing up, I would be on like these random skate teams with people I knew, my friends or whatever. And we'd
Yeah.
have some local skate teams that would pump out videos and stuff all the time too.
hmm
So that's,
Yeah.
I mean, it's part of the culture.
And like competing against, other skate teams at like X Games or something.
Bring back X Games. Why'd they get rid of it? What happened?
Yeah, it's true. Where is X Games?
They had in Skate 1, that was it.
Bring it back.
Yeah. And
Monster Park Jam.
give us
Yeah.
Street League.
Monster Park down. That'd be sick
Right.
to return.
Bring Rob Deerdeck back.
Yes. Give me the fantasy
with his
factory.
monster. Yeah.
Rob Deerdeck.
Danny Wade's Hawaiian Dream 2.0.
Now that would actually be crazy.
Yeah, that
Right?
would be
Talking about
sick.
like the bridge and going to other locations, I instantly thought of a Hawaiian Dream. Like, man, that would be crazy. And Hawaiian Dream with like Mega Park, bro.
Yeah.
That would be so good.
That would be
Well,
really good.
I'm sure they're going to see this, so they're probably going to watch every minute of it.
Mhm.
I hope so. Every
So speak now or forever hold your peace.
hour,
Yeah, I
25
think
minutes.
Yeah, I
I do
believe
have,
I
like-
mentioned everything. Like, competitive play, game modes, online skate teams. Those are like my favorite the things that I would really love to see in the game, and I will be really happy.
I want primos, impossibles, dark slides, forward
Caspers.
flips. Yeah.
I do have one worry in terms of how much they pay attention to different play styles of skate. There's people who gap, people who do challenges, there's realistic players, competitive trick liners. But the only reason I thought of why I'm worried about it is because of the website. If you ever look at the Reels website, the description on trick lining is the description of competitive. So I don't know how much they really pay attention to that. And I know it's
Or they
hard
grouped
to
it all
cater.
into one. They don't know the difference.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you brought that up because I did see one video where they brought up the boardroom and they were saying like trick line was in the
Yeah.
game or something like that.
Yeah, they were like, "Can you trick line?" And he said,
Oh,
like, "You can do the crazy fast things with your feet," or whatever he
And
said.
I'm like, that sounds
but
like
in
comp. That
in
sounds
the cuz interview, right?
So I'm
Hey-
not sure if they grasp the I really don't know, but there's got to be some people out there that's expecting trick lining now.
Yeah, I'm not really like I've always, my whole life I've been more into like flat ground, like going for really high scores and high points and trick lining. But them getting, trick lining and competitive mixed up, it's kind of funny. But if they do mean that you can do competitive and eventually there will be competitive game modes, I think that'll be really hype. Even though they call it trick lining, it'll be funny because every Skate 3 community will get really mad. But I just find it really funny more than anything.
I've made the same mistake. I see people back in the day, like they do comp or whatever, like, oh, they're trick liners,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
because
think
to normies it looks the same.
that's
And
what I was
people
gonna
get
say.
so
Yeah,
mad, but I just find it funny more than anything.
like from an outsider point of view, like before I got
Yeah.
super into like the skate YouTube stuff, like if you look at someone trick lining and someone doing comp, you probably think it's the same thing, but
Yeah,
it's
whenever
not.
I
But
first whenever I first got into Skate 3, I was wanting to learn how to do competitive, and I thought it was called trick lining. So I would like look up how to trick line on YouTube, and I'm seeing people, like, you need like a revert, a flip, and
Yeah.
whatnot. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to do this. I want to learn how to do like, flat ground tricks.
yeah,
But didn't Calplex make a video with his 100K or whatever? Even he was having some issues, wasn't he?
Yeah.
trying to get the points.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's used to Skate 3 comp, not skate comp.
It
Is
definitely will
it
be a bit different, but I think it'll be good. I think
Is
it
it-
will.
it's a different world now, boys.
Exactly.
all I know is this community will figure it out. They'll figure all of that stuff out
we'll figure
themselves.
it out.
And they'll find all the glitches too.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Mhm.
can't wait to see what people come up with. There's going to be
Yeah.
a new trick style or play style invented by the
Yeah,
end
Yeah,
of
might
it.
be.
Definitely.
that is one thing that does kind of suck about, the game constantly being updated because Skate 3, we have like insane, backwards man speed glitch and stuff like that. If we find a backwards man speed glitch in the new Skate game, they're going to patch it for sure.
That's patched. Yep.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we won't find more glitches, but
Yeah.
that is
Just
the
don't
only
tell
thing that
anybody.
kinda sucks. Yeah.
Don't tell
Yeah.
anybody how to do it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's how I made my channel, man. I gotta show off the. I'm eating myself with this game.
Yeah, because it's kind of understandable. Because if they end up adding death races and like potentially a leaderboards for death races, if people are speed glitching and getting insane times and just beating everyone else,
Yeah.
they're gonna patch it because it's ruining the experience for others. Plus, if they do add leaderboards, I do hope if someone like speed glitches and gets an insane time, I hope they remove it from the leaderboard or do like a leaderboard wipe or something.
I
Mhm.
hope they don't remove the glitches, actually. I think
I
they should just
agree.
leave them in there.
I agree, but you just
They patch
I don't
it
know, I
just
feel
for
like
the
they
game
will.
mode.
SYPHRUS
Yeah.
is going to be the reason why everything gets patched.
Right.
Uh-huh.
SYPHRUS is gonna upload all the glitches there is to know in Skate, and then one day later they're patched.
Gone.
Or Milky Bar is going to come back and
Oh
start
yeah.
doing his thing.
Got to talk to the other Nick about because he made the glitch list for Skate 3. Tell him to make
True.
another spreadsheet for the new game, and then have it be
Just
like,
all
oh, this glitch
patched.
is patched or not, you know?
You're gonna have to wait for the online mode, or the you're gonna have to wait for the offline mode before you start showing off all your glitches.
Never update your game, guys.
Well, I don't update session because every update seems to ruin it.
Yeah. Hopefully that doesn't happen with this game. All right, we've been going for an hour and a half, so I think I'm gonna wrap it up.
All right.
I think we pretty much covered everything. Just gotta continue to watch the game, how everything unfolds, and hopefully it gets better. But yeah,
And
thanks.
people, they're still gonna make more videos, so
Yeah,
who
We'll be
knows?
back for Boardroom 4.
if there's ever a boardroom again.
It'll be the grind.
Yeah,
Or the grind, that's
next
right.
Grind, yeah.
The grind volume, yes.
Yeah, that should be later this month, I think. Yeah, we'll do
Last
that.
time
for
you
sure.
said that was like what, 2 weeks later or whatever. I wasn't ready
Oh,
for it.
yeah, it came early.
Yeah, it was supposed to be the end of the month, but it came
Yeah,
like
my prediction was wrong.
yeah.
I think everyone's was.
Yeah.
We all predicted like a month away or something like that.
Well, what from
Yeah.
like seeing our video and they're just like, all right, let's release it earlier.
Just throw them off. All right. Thanks for talking with me, guys, as usual.
All right.
It was fun, man.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
enjoyed the talk with you guys.
Yep. Until the next one. Till the grind.
To the grind.
Till the grind. Let's go.
Yeah.